First-time E-Trike riders, which one will they choose?
Pet parrot, yeah, he rides on my shoulder, and I'd take him for rides. If it wasn't for him, I'd never ride a bike, probably.
So put that into 0. You basically would just be riding it like a normal bicycle, yeah? The assistance levels are obviously linked to how much power you're getting from the motor. The thrust you're gonna get from 5 is quite a bit exponentially different than 1. So you'd put your hand here, and you just use this like a gas pedal in a car. So the harder or softer you push this, the faster or slower the bike goes. You don't need to pedal to use this. If you're on hills, it's gonna feel a little heavier because it's a heavier bike because of the motors and stuff. Yeah, because this one's a little bit different. The 2 front wheel trikes, they have the tilting steering that you were asking about. So the benefit is that these 2 are gonna feel more like a regular bicycle, but they aren't going to balance like the tricycles. But the downside is if you're someone with true balance issues, it may not be the best option. So the benefit is like you could go 30 miles in a day with exerting 10% of the effort that you would put in if you were doing that yourself. And then, yeah, if you've got really large hills you take on that are a pain in the butt, you put it into 5 and you just zip right up the hill. So in California, 750 is the largest for street legal e-bikes, but you can do off-roading, you can do bigger.
But you like it, Virginia. It's neat.
I'm gonna see if it's gonna fit me first.
You gotta bounce a little bit.
Oh, wait.
Just be careful.
So on some of them it does.
Oh, okay.
On some of them it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, on that one, if you're in level 1,
Right.
you have access to full power.
Okay, so
You know
it'll
what I
go,
mean?
it'll go maximum speed.
With the throttle, as long as you push it, yes.
Yeah.
It's like at first you just gotta trust yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all it is, because it's just different.
But it's one of those things like with SUVs, like people just buy them because they want an SUV.
I feel more comfortable on this one than that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more nimble, right?
Yeah. More maneuverability. I like this.
Watch out.
We're really here to give our opinions.
He had a scooter that he rode that went over 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's hairy on a scooter.
The fatter tires just are going to have a little narrower radius because they take a little more. Also, that's another thing is everybody, or a lot of guys, they want fat tires, but it does decrease like the nimbleness of it, even on the e-bikes, but it does add some element of stability. So when you get on, if you feel the handlebars going a certain direction, you have to just make them go the direction you want to go. Now, you don't have to balance, but you do have to steer.
How many years have you guys been around?
19 and a half.
Wow, you guys been around that long.
How can you not smile when you're riding these things? Seriously.
This one.
I thought of everything. That's amazing. It really is.
There's a lot of different body types.
So, yeah, you're right. You have to look at all that. And this one has a wheelie bar so it doesn't flip over.
That's right.
That's really cool.
If you didn't slow down in the turns, I could definitely see you taking a digger. You can make so much money taking people home from the bar at the beach with one of these.
That's right.
Beach on 4th of July.
If you're traveling,
Yeah,
you definitely don't want to be as aggressive probably as you
Yeah,
guys were.
right.
It's this instinct to just get on and start ripping it.
Yeah.
But you gotta really, you gotta figure it out first. You know?
Exactly. It's a different feel.
It is a different feel, completely. Like a slow rider, I think, right?
Before you get on the bike.
Yeah, there's a strategy to riding trikes, but cornering, you just want to go into the turns slow. You can come out of the turns. Yeah.
You hear that, Bruce?
I heard that, but it doesn't mean I agree with it.
Oh,
Well,
you know,
So if you're leaning into the turn, you're going to pop that wheel up. You want to counterbalance by shifting your butt the other way.
the other way. Into the
Yes.
Other. I got you.
So it's counterintuitive to what you do.
Okay.
And please be careful by those cars.
Watch the cars, Bruce.
But I could ride it on 2 wheels.
Yeah. Some people's kids.
Okay. There's little pedal extensions right there, man. Little
Oh, yeah.
box on there. You see, you can order those on Amazon. If you
Oh, right on.
first legs are too
I
short.
know
or
some
whatnot.
people who could actually benefit.
Isn't that cool?
Now, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. Ease into this.
Okay.
If you gun it, it's going to burn out the rubber. I've had a handful of people nearly crash into these cars. And so I get very nervous on these straightaway because even that little bit of slope on a tricycle starts to bring it towards this way.
I've never seen quick police handlebars before.
That's cool.
I'm like,
It's a good feature right there.
When you're lazy. Just kidding.
That thing takes off. That thing has on power taking off. You can hear it.
I'm like, do you really want to be like this?
No, you couldn't go very all
Unless
day.
you're in a big wheel.
Arms gonna fall
You know what I
asleep.
mean?
You can start getting
A
problems in your
tassel on
neck.
the handlebars,
Think about
you know?
that.
I noticed a little hesitation in the throttle, like when not instantaneous response.
I've never ridden a bike at all that was my legs out in front of me, so that's it's a whole different thing.
Is it really faster than these other bikes, or is it just because of the longer frame?
The motor's actually smaller on this one than all three of these.
It's fast. It's cool. I like it a lot. It's really neat.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different, but it's very cool. That's like
Pretty
a
cool.
car almost. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so this is our Fat Tire simple step through E-Trike. This is 750 watts, so this one's pretty powerful as well.
Yeah, it is cool.
All your beach stuff.
Hell yeah. With a little trailer. That's awesome. The wheels are smaller on the back than on the front.
Yes.
Is there any reason for that?
Wanted it to sit lower in the back to create a little more stability.
Ah.
I think also on the trikes, it takes getting used to realizing that you're not going to tip over.
It responds very well. That's a quick bike. It's cool.
Trust me, I've done hundreds of test rides with people coming from two-wheel bikes to three-wheel bikes, and it's a big adjustment for a lot of people.
Paid for itself on 4th of July at Huntington Beach, shuttling people down
20
to the
bucks.
beach.
20 bucks a ride.
Yeah, they'd pay. I like the easy rider look of this one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Got the 8 bars and bench seat.
Does this one come with any?
I've ridden this one 20, 30 miles. Lisa and I took a trip down to the beach on it, and she took it down, and yeah, she loved it. I think the reality is people also choose these things based on the color. Not everyone cares as much about the specs.
I think the older you get, it seems, the less filter you have, or some way, or maybe you just get away with more because you're older. But these two are just like jokers, man. He always goes with the bird. And the bird, as they're coming down, they're going pretty fast. And I was like, I saw him coming down, and I was like, oh my God.
should.
But the bird has his wings out, and the bird's going, whee! His
That bird has so much vocabulary, you wouldn't believe it.
The bird didn't want to go to him anymore. Because the bird is very jealous of any girl that goes by him.
It's just it's a nice, cool bike ride. If you're not being serious, if you're not driving to work and a time thing or something, that's the bike to have because you're just chilling.
Really?
If I'm riding with him on my shoulder, and I go by, I went by my girlfriend, pow, he bit me on the earlobe the other day, or she bit me on the earlobe. Oh, it hurt so bad.
Really?
Oh my God. That sharp beak. Boy, she packs a bite. Because the beak's so sharp.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to like take my friend's elderly mom, like actually for a cruise, and my brother who's in an aftercare facility, he got into a bike wreck actually, and he's disabled now. And that would be cool.
So the weight limit doesn't change,
Okay.
which is 500 pounds.
Okay.
So however you want to disperse the weight is up to you. Flat ground, you can almost go forever, to be honest with you. When you start bringing in the inclines is when the motor really starts to have to work harder. But yeah, flat ground, you can honestly go forever, especially if you're doing pedal assist and you've got it in very
It'll last a
low.
long time. I'm thinking about putting that thing to work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Haul some shit with it, do some stuff with it. That's cool.
Yeah. He's going to get on electric tricycles for the first time today, test all these, give his feedback, and pick his favorite.
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah?
I actually enjoyed it. It was a little hard pedaling at first, but once you get going and whatever, and then it kicked in, and
Cool. Now, do you still ride regular bikes?
yes, I do.
I like to tell everyone tricycles are different. The way they feel and ride is a little different. So this right here is called a thumb throttle. It's like a gas pedal on a car. As hard or as soft as you push it, the e-bike or e-trike will go. So you don't even need to pedal if you don't want to. They limit the speed by just throttle to 20. Now, doesn't mean you can go 28 miles an hour, but as you're pedaling, if you hit 22, 23, it'll continue to assist you, right? If you if you hit 28, that's when the motor starts to cut off, basically, if that makes sense. Otherwise, if you have this in gear 1 and you have a very high level of assistance, you're going to be spinning your legs and the bike's going to be going, the motor's going to be powering you faster than you're moving your legs, if that makes sense. It's basically in between a two-wheel bike and a full-on trike, so you still have to steer and balance, but you have a lot of nimbleness with this one. And
I can feel it.
Yeah?
Now I'm on number 2.
All right.
Feels pretty good.
Let's do another lap. Do you want to try the throttle?
Sure. Definitely feel that. Really picks up fast.
Yeah. One thing I always tell people about trikes is you have to steer them, okay? Because on this one and a 2-wheel, you lean.
Right.
On this one, you really have to turn the wheel. It takes a little getting used to when you transition from a 2-wheel bike to a trike, and it's definitely different, right?
Yeah.
But you're getting a little more of the hang of it, looked like towards the end.
Uh-huh. What's the range on these?
Up to 50 miles. It depends on the weight of the rider, the terrain, and you know how often you use the throttle or the pedal assist.
It's a downtime for recharging.
It's about 4 to 8 hours.
It's smoother, and it seems like you have more control over the bike. Not really, actually, to tell you the
Okay.
truth.
This is actually a rickshaw, so you can put passengers on the back
It actually feels more stable.
with the added weight.
Can't wait for the day they have races, e-bike races.